and the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying.
Hey guys, Noelle here. In honor of our soldiers, our military personnel that are currently deployed right now, I wanted to take the time to personally thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all that you guys do, even the veterans. I also wanted you guys to see our team and what they had written to you guys personally. I wish you all nothing but love and respect.
Welcome, everybody. This is Caesar with the Battle Rhythm Podcast. Another week, another down. We're already in June. Oh my god, dude, we're like halfway through the year, and I am not ready for Christmas. I don't even have anything. That's it.
Bro, we got a few months until Christmas.
Okay, first of all, Hobby Lobby already started putting all their crap out since February for Christmas.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. My wife and I normally, because I'm being dragged into this, we normally go into Hobby Lobby like at least once a week, right? Because every other week they change certain things that they put on sale or whatnot. So we go in there, and I swear to God, since February they started having Christmas stuff. I was like,
Wow.
Didn't we just get done with Christmas? I was like, geez, Louise, man. Oh my gosh. It's one of those things. Ugh. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Today's Red Friday, and guess what? Yes, it's true. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. That's how I'm feeling today. That is how I'm feeling today. I was telling Grizz off the air before we started the show that I apologize if I'm off today. I've had a rough week, and to make matters worse, I have a sty on my eye, on my right eye right now. You can see right there. And it is it's a painful thing to have, especially when you're trying to work, you're trying to focus, and it's kind of like in the way. So I apologize in advance if you guys are all kind of like, what the hell's wrong with Caesar today? Oh, now you know. So today is Red Friday. Red Friday, you know what that means. Everybody was red. And
yes, sir.
And we always remember everyone that's deployed. And for those of you that have not been deployed in quite a while, which is pretty much everybody, those guys that are out there, I mean, let's be real, we didn't do a lot when we were off, and when we did, we still didn't do anything. At least that was in my case, which was fun, because I mean, I got to meet a lot of people and do a lot of things. So I got to smoke a lot of cigars when I was out and deployed. Actually, did you ever get into the cigar clubs when you were out deployed?
I did not. I was never. I've smoked like maybe 2, but I never had that want to smoke cigars. I never liked the smell. I didn't like anything about it.
Dude, you know what I got into a lot when I was actually in Syria and actually Iraq? Not so much in Afghanistan, but Iraq, was hookah.
I've tried that.
Hookah is the legit. It's awesome. I love it. And I wish the U.S. had a lot more hookah bars around here. and that would be awesome because a hookah lounge, even though it's tobacco, a hookah lounge is a little bit like, I don't know, it's more, to me it was distress, to take the load off or whatever. And I kid you not, like when I was in Syria, I was there for a year, like during COVID.
Okay.
And,
we have somebody that is going to want to jump in, so I will get that going. Yeah,
that's sweet. We'll teach them a thing or two.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're not State Farm. We're going to teach them a thing or two, but we're going to teach them a thing or two.
No, she's actually extremely. She has a show, and she's really she has the Positive Conscious Thinking on Mondays.
Oh, is this merge? I know the name, I just can't ever pronounce it.
Mary J. I just MJ.
Mary Jane girl. That one.
Let me get her. Let me get her in here.
So, I was saying, like, so when I was in Syria, like, I kid you not, I would smoke hookahs at least twice, if not 3 times a day, because I would get up at like in the morning. They wouldn't open the for lunch like at 11, so usually from 11 to 3 I would go in and smoke with with all the translators and do all that stuff. And then after lunch, like we have dinner, then we would go back in there and start some more. And so I would made really good friends with all the interpreters. As a matter of fact, I still have friends with them because they're all U.S. citizens and they're all like here. So it's pretty fun, dude. I was smoking like 3 or 4 times.
What is it that they put in? What is it that goes in a hookah that you smoke? Is it just tobacco?
So it's flavored tobacco, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Flavored tobacco. What it is, you've all seen the paraphernalia. Well, paraphernalia. What is? Yeah, whatever. I'm Mexican. I can pronounce it. Like variety. A lot of people can't say that. My ex-wife can say that. Variety. I'm like, it's easy. Variety. She's like, variety. I'm like,
variety. That's like my dude, bro. My mom can't say specific.
She's specific.
Right? She can't say specific.
Like a lot of Mexicans, and I know this for a fact, like if you're 2 or 3 in, he's like you start seeing like different words, like right. So shoes, right? We have a very CH sound, right? Right? He's like my shoes and my shirt. You can't say church shoes. He's like, hey, he's like, I left my jacket in the share. So then you start pronouncing, like if you say a chair, you start saying SH, chair, rather than chair, right? So my mom was like, I had a friend, one of my best friends, like actually 2 of my best friends that growing up, their name was Shane and Shad, and she could never pronounce Shane or Shad. She would say Chad or Chain. And I was like, Mom, it's Shad. That's like shh, quiet. That's she's like, she could never pronounce it. I was like, oh my god, like it was bad. So yeah, she would do that. But hey, we have a guest with us today, MJ from the world of conscious positive thinking and beyond. I think it's the first time we've actually met not in public, but online. The last time, we're always on forums and whatnot. But I was telling Grace, I'm like, I'm never on all the time because I work 9 to 5, and a lot of times after 5, I'm like, I don't really want to do anything else anymore. So,
got your back, Caesar. Got your back. I get you.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. But we were just talking about the certain things that we've done when we're deployed, and I was telling him that I usually smoked hookah like 3 times a day when I was actually in Syria for a year, and that's literally all we did. Like, and I even like one of my close friends now, he's a commander. He's out in Korea right now. And he's like, I would drag him out and be like, let's go. He's like, no, I got a bunch of work to do. I was like, you're going to be here tomorrow, right? He's like, yep. All right, well, you got an hour to do. He's like, no, but I got to get these out. I was like, dude, just, oh my God, he was always stressed out. And to this day, like after we left and he left, he's like, dude, you don't even understand how much this had, like that meant to me. Because like, it really got me out of this funk that I was in. He was like, I was super depressed. I was like, man, it is what it is. He's like, that's what I was there. I was like, I was your MWR person to get you out. So it was pretty funny. So that's what we're talking about. Really nothing. And he's like, do you have any guests today? I was like, yeah, my guest canceled today, which was awesome. Because it is.
That's okay. We got you though.
There we go. I've smoked hookah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That reminds me. So all it is, dude, like hookah, it's you put it in a bowl and it's flavored tobacco. right? So then you put that in there. But the trick is like with you put the water on the bottom of it, you also put ice, and then you can put, you know, a little bit of adult beverage on there.
Yeah.
On the bottom of it with it.
You also don't have to put just tobacco. It's the molecules of the water that actually encapsulate whatever you're putting in there. So you could put Mary Jane in there and it'll still do the same thing.
Yeah,
really?
I don't support that. I don't do that. So I was telling him I still hold a TS, so I don't want to do any of that.
It's medicinal. So
nope, not getting into that the debate.
Yeah, to each their own on that. Some people it helps. Some people are like your stance, and I fully get it. Me on that aspect, it helps. That helps me sleep, and I would rather do that than get into being an alcoholic again.
Amen.
On that aspect. So
it's to all however you need to control your body and how your body needs to control it.
And when my TS came up, it was when mine expired. There we go.
Yeah, I know.
My husband holds the gun permits. I hold the medicinal permits. That's how.
I only hold the. I don't even know what I hold anymore.
You hold 9 to 5 job. There you go.
I can't even hold myself up anymore. That's why I'm
the hookah
down,
lounge, the tobacco. My husband loves cigar lounges. Same thing.
That's what we were talking about. He's like, no,
we're talking about that
like cigars. Yeah. So
that's
the one thing. I'm probably gonna do a cigar like 101 class here, like in probably the next podcast or whatever. Be like, nice. You know what? This is the one that we're gonna do, and we're gonna do some one you smoke. So.
If it's long, round, and brown, and you can light it on fire, it might taste good.
Yeah.
Do you remember Seinfeld with Kramer with his teeth because he was smoking all those cigars?
Yeah. They do have things called stubbies too.
Yeah.
Is that a cigar? Just a short one?
Yep, that is a thing.
Yeah,
yep. They're like really short. They're like probably like 3 inches. And because they're made to actually like for you to smoke it pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
but see, I don't understand the point behind cigars because you don't inhale. So you're basically just
it's the taste of it, dude.
Smell?
It's the taste of it. So a lot of like the really good cigars that you have, you normally would either it's in the lips. Like once it hits the lips, it's all in the taste. Like you don't actually inhale it. You just all you do is you take the aroma, you puff the aroma, and then it's you hold it there for a little bit, and then it just like kind of like a, how you like a connoisseur of wine. What they do is like they'll sip it, and then they'll swirl it around, and then they'll drink it, and then they'll feel like, oh, that one's got really good. They'll swirl it around on the cup. It's like, oh, it's got really good legs, right? That's exactly what it is with a cigar. You actually smoke it for a little bit. You don't inhale it, but that smoke has certain I'm saying like smells and tastes and stuff like that you can actually taste without actually smoking it.
Okay.
So it's not it's a science behind it. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's addicting. And if you do inhale it by accident, you're gonna be paying like the price later.
You'll cough up a lung or so.
You'll be doing a lot more than that. And that happened to me before.
So cigars just straight flavored tobacco in there. It's not like cigarettes where you can inhale.
It's straight. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the other reason why you don't inhale it, because it's straight. Like there's nothing else other than the leaf. It's the coca leaf or not the coca, but the tobacco leaf, and they'll just roll it. And as a matter of fact, I should have done an interview last week or the week before when I was down at the state convention. There was actually a guy that actually rolled cigars right then and there. So
really?
Yeah.
And you didn't bring him over?
No, I didn't even think about it until right now. I was like, dang it, I should have done it. What an idiot!
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Foiled again by myself.
Seriously, what is what? Hey, do you guys know what today is?
Friday.
But not being that, but it's National Selfie Day.
That's a day now.
That's a thing.
Really?
Don't you know that this is exactly where Gen Z is taking us, dude? This is exactly what we're doing. It's a selfie day. It's a selfie type of day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's I don't even know what to think on that. How do you make a national day to take pictures of yourself?
Well, you know who invented selfies?
iPhones?
Actually,
I don't know.
there's been, I don't know who invented it, but they're giving credit to this Japanese couple in, I think, in early 1900s or something like that. I don't know when it was, but they took a picture, and there were, the husband sitting down, the wife is behind him, and they took a picture with the mirror and the camera with her. So it was one of the selfies. And then another person that perfected it too was actually Colin Powell. Colin Powell took he was a photo enthusiast, and he took a picture of himself as a selfie.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's pretty cool. There it is, Into the Weeds. What's up? You guys are in there. You guys can always call and then contribute to all this stuff. You guys don't just have to listen. So, you know what I mean? Nobody ever wants to do that for whatever reason.
So, Caesar, what are you doing now?
I'm having this podcast, this conversation about nothing. It's like
this sounds like a Seinfeld show. But what do you do for a living?
Oh, I am a technical trainer. I train soldiers, airmen on certain platforms, and I teach them. I tell them, different, let's just say communication systems. And I teach them the technical aspect, the functional aspect, where they draw power from, how they troubleshoot, maintenance, and all that stuff. So that's what I do. I write, I develop lesson plans, curriculums. I also.
Are you reserve? Are you active? Are you
contracted? No, I'm a government contractor. So I work for a company that. Yeah. That has been there for a long time, and and I am also I'm an adjunct professor at my local college here. So
you're a professor?
I am a professor.
Can you
believe that? Can you believe that?
Honestly, I can't. Not with that shirt on. I can't picture you being a professor.
Well, I am a progressive professor.
What are you a professor of? Explain this real quick, and then let's play a song before we hit too long, because you got a longer show, so I don't think you need 15 minutes. You got a 2-hour show. So I just do
what I do. I am going to be teaching young minds that are straight out of high school, because I have a lot of background in engineering, especially with what I was a radar operator, and for about 10 years I've been a field engineer doing troubleshooting and all that stuff. So I am going to be teaching in an engineering department, teaching them how to program what they call PLCs, which is basically a computer chip, for them to actually work, different machinery. There, my Mexican accent, machinery, machinery, and then different, how to program them, how to do that, basic, what they call basic construction math, teaching them, what basic things, and that's what we're doing. But it's all online, so it's really more of a moderator rather than actually like having a lecture, that's coming probably later on next year. I wanted to get my feet wet on this.
For you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's
all right. Well, you're listening to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and continue this nonsense kind of day, because today is National Selfie Day, and apparently it's also Seinfeld Day. So we'll be back. All right.
There's a bottle on the dresser by your ring. It's empty, so right now I don't feel a thing, and I'll be hurting when I wake up on the floor, but I'll be over it by noon. That's the difference between whiskey and you. Come tomorrow, I can walk in any store, it ain't no problem. They'll always sell me more for your forgiveness. Well, that's something I can't buy. Is there anything that I can do? That's the difference between whiskey and you. One's a devil, one keeps driving me insane. At times I wonder, they ain't both the same, and one's a liar. Helps to hide me from my pain. One's a long gone bit of truth. That's the difference between whiskey and you.
I got a problem, but it ain't like what you think. I drink because I'm lonesome, I'm lonesome cause I drink. If I don't break down, bring it on myself, it'll head out of the blue. That's the difference between whiskey and you.
One's a devil, one keeps driving me insane. At times I wonder if they ain't both the same. One's a liar, helps to hide me from my pain. One's a long gone bit of truth. That's the difference between whiskey and you. Oh, that's the difference between whiskey and you.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I'm Caesar. I'm joined by MJ from the world of conscience, positive thinking, and more and beyond. So, how are you, MJ?
I'm due. You know, I'm really good. I was hearing your guys' conversation about, and I have to give you a joke. So the way you spell
No, we don't
my
do
real
jokes here. This is not comedy. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding.
Okay, let me tell you a story.
All right, yeah, there you go. No shit, there I was. There,
Yes,
that's how it starts.
there I was, a little country bumpkin of Pennsylvania, coming down here, an Italian ancestry, and was in the military. From the military, I somehow got here to Homestead Air Force Base in 1988. And that is where I really had the first conscious thinking, not even positive, conscious thinking, that my name in different languages was a total disaster. So it's not the MJ part. That's the easier part. That's how I got the name, because everybody in Miami, they're Mexicans, they're Guatemalans, they're Cubans, all speak Spanish, right? That Latin flair. And so I became the happy whore, because how you would pronounce my name in Spanish is Marijo. And so I became this happy whore of Miami. And I'm like, nice.
Well,
nice.
that turned left turn. I didn't see that one.
Hey,
coming.
I'm gonna butt in real quick. You guys got 14 people watching on TikTok, and we're sitting at anywhere but bouncing between 4 and 10 on the platforms I can see. So acknowledge the TikTok peeps.
Hey, all right. TikTok is actually becoming pretty cool. Like I started joining these trains on TikTok, right? Like, oh, grow your audience. And they're like, everybody asks, like, what do you do? You're a podcast? I was like, yeah, I do a podcast on Military Broadcast Radio. And they're like, oh, that's cool. It's like, I was like, can I be on it? I was like, well, what do you got to offer? Like, sell yourself. Tell me. But hey, that's all cool. Thanks for watching us. I hope you guys can. There's our phone number right there. You guys can call in if you guys want to dive into this conversation. We are having about nothing today, so today's Seinfeld day. So, I'm just saying. I was telling Grizz, I'm like, I'm normally like 100% prepared on like what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And today was just like this whole week has just been, I've been so slammed with work, and I'm like, I did not have any time to prepare. And then on top of that, my guest canceled today. It would have been nice if I would have actually booked the guest, but he canceled anyway. So, it is what it is. So that's where we're at. So thank you, TikTok, for coming in. So, yeah. Anyway, continue with the story. Story time.
So, no, I'm just saying that's when I became very, very aware of like my name, how you were saying, well, there's that Spanish,
Yeah.
I just kind of dropped it. And I was a business developer for fishing and hunting lodges, like higher ends. And I'll never forget, I needed
You're talking about like resorts type of thing?
Big game like marlin, sailfish. I put together
okay, like tours, like 3-hour tour type of thing.
Yeah, kind of something like that.
I don't think
it might have been more like a 6 hour.
Did I lose losers with that? Did I lose viewers because of that? Jeez Louise.
Maybe the young crowd, they don't know what you
And they're like, what is that? Just welcome back.
Skipper.
Yeah.
So, but it was funny because in Guatemala, there was, I was doing the Safari Club International show, and we were bringing some of the mates up to the show. And I didn't know how to speak Spanish. So I used the Google interpreter, right?
Oh, yes. Google
And
it.
I said, listen, in order for me to get you visas and everything, I need to have a headshot. But I put it in translator. And as it came out, I guess how they interpreted it was, when I get to Guatemala, I'm going to blow your head off because... And I go, a headshot. I go, no. I didn't. I meant like a picture. Like, and I go, wow. So they all became scared of me because they knew I was all in the military. And I was like, I'm not going to blow your head off, man. I'm not gonna...
Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. Yes. Somebody loves Welcome Cotter. Welcome back, Cotter. See, I knew my Gen X crowd was in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We don't go far from the rest of us that are the same.
I know, right? Hey, we're not the cancel crowd. We don't cancel anything around here. The only thing I'm canceling is I canceled my cable because it's freaking expensive and I don't need it anymore. I just stream everything now.
Yeah, we don't have cable. I don't.
Yeah.
I did that 2 years ago too.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's liberating. It broke free, so it was funny. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Have you guys been? Are you guys any Star Wars?
Any what?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Luke, I am your wait, hold on.
What? Oh, jeez. Oh, we're playing with sound stuff. I got that.
Yeah,
I think that's what he was trying to do.
We're playing it. It's going. It's done. God, this show's gone downhill real quick. Anyway, are you guys Star Wars fans by any chance?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm assuming that since you guys have kids, you have Disney Plus.
My kids are 33 and 31.
Okay, grandkids.
Yes, and they're 5 and 7. Yes.
There you go. Perfect time, perfect age. Well, you got to get Disney Plus. So I have Disney Plus because I like they have a lot of different shows. Actually, they also I think the National Geographic is on there too, the channel. So they actually have a bunch of different things. It's not just Disney stuff. They actually have a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so as you guys know, Star Wars now belongs to Disney. And they started doing all these shows. Like one of the shows that I really, really enjoy is The Mandalorian. That's one. I love it. I don't know why. I think it's completely different thinking of what like the actual Star Wars is, and it just brought a different thing to me. It was actually it brought back the Star Wars Empire. So that was one. But they also started doing these other shows like the Book of Boba Fett and also Andor. I didn't really get too much into that one. I just didn't see the point of it. And then the other one is called The Acolyte, which is it just started. I haven't seen it yet, but they started it not too long ago. What I'm really looking forward to is the Mando and Grogu movie that's coming out in 2026. Oh yeah, that's going to be a huge It's gonna be huge.
I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to get Disney Plus back on for the kids. I mean, we have Netflix, Max, and Discover Plus, but I'm thinking about it because I don't necessarily agree with all the subtle meanings and stuff that kind of don't want my kids seeing. So
look at the comments somebody made on YouTube. I wish I had all my Star Wars toys from when I was a kid. You know what? If I kept all my toys from when I was a kid, I would probably be a millionaire too, because we had some pretty cool toys back in the day. Especially
Barbies. I still have all my Barbie stuff from the 60s.
Oh,
anatomically correct.
And they're probably worth good money too.
Anatomically, well, whatever, correct. Ken was never anatomically correct.
Yeah. Ken was always an iffy.
Ken was beyond his time.
It started looking more like Caitlyn Jenner. I mean,
I think he started.
it was perfect because they were trying to explain, like, well, it's not anatomically correct. So what happened was like, I don't know. Doctors chose what it was.
That's right.
That's exactly what. This show's
and I still even have my brother's GI Joes, all of them, all 1,000 freaking pieces.
You know what? There you go. We found an old GI Joe underneath our house from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Well, they were just little.
How come they don't? You should just call in and just wage in on this conversation, because there's nothing else is going on today. Like I said, it's Seinfeld. There, we're just like all over the place today, because the guest actually that was supposed to have canceled, especially when you don't book them. That sucks.
So if you think about it, you're talking about kids, toys, and Disney. Think about. I mean, I can only tell you that I look at some of the old toys that my mom still has in her attic that we had, and it's so funny because you look at these 7 years and up, and it's a wood burner kit, right? And you're plugging it in on shag carpet and on windows, and you're like, yeah, it's no wonder they took that toy out of there.
All right. Do you guys ever watch American Pickers or what's the other one?
The Storage Wars.
Yeah, Storage Wars, Chumley, and Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars.
But then there was another one. I think there was another one that preceded both of those, or all of those, was the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah,
that used to be on PBS. Yeah, that was awesome. Because I loved it. Because people were like, there was some dude that actually had a Rolex watch and just took it. He's like, I don't know anything about this watch. He's like, takes it in. It was like $50,000. I was like, oh my god. Then he's like, yeah, I think either my dad gave it to me or I bought it at some place. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. I mean,
do you know they were here at Miami Beach Convention Center, the Antique Roadhouse show, and I got in. I took these china dishes in because my aunt, I guess she just fell in love with me being born. I don't know, but she would collect these dishes talking about that show.
Yeah.
And I went to go get married in, I don't know, whatever year it was, 89. And my whole family goes, don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. And I was like, all right, snot nose, right? Snot nose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna buy. You never know what you get. It's like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what you're gonna get.
Right. And I looked at it, and it's like, that is not the china, Bridezilla. That is not the china I picked out.
Oh. Yeah. You know what?
And I wasn't a foo-foo-y girl to begin with.
Right.
But here they were like, no, you don't understand. You just don't understand how old this china is. So in 1991 or 92, they were here, and I took all that china, I boxed it all up and took it down to Miami Beach Convention Center. Do you know that freaking china was like $15,000?
Oh my god!
I know. I still have it today. I don't know what to do with it. It sits in the cupboard, but I was like, hey,
you should have just sold it. I mean, geez, it was $15,000. He's like, hey, you know what? That's a brand new car to you. Hey, look. So I think Amber did actually ended up joining us. So I told her. I said, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
I'm working on getting the slot up. She can hear. She can talk. Amber, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How is everybody?
There you go. All right, so wait, Jen, how much was this GI Joe worth?
It was around $350.
And it was underneath your house, and it was still in mint condition.
Yeah. So when I was a kid in the '80s, Uncle went underneath the house, and our house was built in '24. and he found a completely in mint condition GI Joe that crawled on its belly, and yeah, we saved it and then got it checked out.
Oh wow! I mean, those are like, you know, once in a lifetime find. I think, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you never would expect those things. Like, what was it? The other day I was watching like a Storage Wars type of thing. It wasn't the actual Storage Wars, where this guy actually went into into the business because he wanted to start buying these storage units. And he saw, like, one of the things that attracted him to that unit was that there was a safe. Well, in that safe, what they didn't know is, after, like, the backstory was that safe or that storage unit belonged to, like, somebody that was in the Mexican, you know, drug trade cartels or whatever. And then there was like two other safes, and they found over $1 million in those safes. I was like, oh my god! And he's like, yeah, I only paid $120. I was like, I wouldn't be putting this out on social media and or on TV because now you're a target, because they know somebody will know who that was. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, definitely.
but it's crazy. I was like, God, $1 million, because apparently what they wanted to do is, like, they didn't care about the storage, but the people that had it wanted to get just the safes back. That's all they wanted. And I'm like, yeah. So there you have it. Again,
I'd
thanks
be
for joining
afraid to let that
the
information
Seinfeld
out.
day.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not quite familiar with the show. I've seen it there on MBR, but I'm not 100% dialed in on your show. So what is your show about?
Yeah, no. So I have a cognitive problem. I can't process things like I used to be able to, because I suffer from chronic migraines and chronic pain syndrome. And so I was also in bed for 6.5 years with migraines. And so for years, I just consumed a lot of information, and that's something that I kind of just to do, is to learn more. And so most of my guests on there are just teaching me about themselves. Like, I have a professional Paralympian. I have Rafa International, who combats sex trafficking in Cambodia, Haiti, Thailand, and here in the U.S. And then I had somebody on from Nigeria who was giving their perspective on Sharia law and the punishments that happen to women and children because of Sharia law. And then I also got into, unfortunately, the Gypsy Rose Blanchard situation. So I have 3 videos on there about that. And then I actually want to talk more about, like, paranormal things and angels and demons and cryptids and things like that. But I haven't had anybody that really wants to talk about it yet. So
yeah, and MJ's raising her hand over there. She's like, yep, I'll do it. So there you go.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
might
have
actually have
your
on MJ
hey, you
because
guys are gonna do the paranormal show. There you go. Now you guys are gonna start a brand new show.
I used to clean people's houses for ghosts, and before I became just.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm out.
Oh wow, that's
You guys can have the show. I'm gonna go. I gotta go back to work anyway. So.
Well, yeah, and so actually the only reason I'm even interested in it is I have a video on my channel where I talk about my paranormal experience as a Christian. And now, when something weird happens to you and you're not out there looking for the weird thing to happen to you, just in your own home, and something happens, and you go and talk to your church or your friends at church, and they're like just kind of looking at you like you're weird.
Time to find a new church.
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter where you go, people look at you weirdly because they just don't get it. They've never experienced it. And I can understand that, because I kind of sometimes look at people weird when they start talking about certain stuff. So I get it. But when you when you don't have anybody to really bounce ideas off of, you get kind of curious. Well, in my case, anyways, I got really curious. And so I just started watching things like Joe Rogan, where they were talking about different things in history and different theories and stuff. And yeah, so that's kind of where my mind's at on my podcast.
No, that's cool. Well, I'm sure that you know, a lot of our listeners are going to be able to find you on our MBR. I can't talk right now. Oh my god, MBR app, and also on MBR radio, mbradio.us. You can find your show there. What days do you come on?
I come on Sunday nights at 6 Central Standard Time p.m.
So Sunday nights at 6 Central. There you go. So 7 o'clock Eastern.
Correct.
5 o'clock.
Correct.
Sorry. No, not
my
5.
stuff is most of my stuff is recorded because it gives me opportunity to speak to people whenever they're available. Joel has asked me to do more live.
Hey,
so
hey, Amber, you're breaking up really, really bad. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
And what you just said.
Okay.
Paranormal activity is really high in your house right now. So, with that said, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. We're going to do the required FCC stuff. But you are listening to the Battle Rhythm podcast, and I am joined here by MJ from the world of conscious positive thinking and beyond, and also for Amber from Into the Woods. So, Into the Weeds. So, I apologize about that. So. We'll be back in a few minutes. Again, you listen to the Battle Rhythm podcast on MB Radio.
Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. This is Caesar, and I'm joined by MJ from the world of conscious positive thinking and beyond. So, I have to share this story with you guys. I went to a concert last night. So here where I live, they have these concerts in the park, and they're free. Last week I saw Easton Corbin, which is actually it was cool. I just didn't like the fact that he didn't really engage with the fans a lot. Went straight to his tour bus after that, so I was kind of like, whatever. And then today or yesterday was have you guys heard of a guy named Al Stewart?
No.
Okay, man, me either until yesterday. And apparently he was actually big he was from the UK, so he was big back in the 60s, so he came up with the Beatles and stuff like that. And yeah, actually there was a couple songs that he did that I recognized. I was like, oh, he wrote that? I was like, oh, that's cool. So I got to meet him last night. It was actually pretty cool. Super cool guy. You would think that, like being from that era, he would be wearing certain type of clothes. Nope. This dude was wearing slacks and a button-up shirt. I was like, that is so weird. Like he looked like a business guy, like he looks like a normal CEO rather than like a rock star. I was like, oh my God, where has our society come to? Anyway, it was just funny. But in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be actually meeting the Beach Boys. So yeah.
Man.
Although there's only one left, really.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, you guys are rocking it on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 22 watching.
Oh,
Look at that.
I love the TikTok. Hey, if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow MBR Radio and also follow my page on the Battle Rhythm Podcast, same handle. And then also MJ, I think you have a TikTok, don't you?
Yeah, I do. The world.
Okay,
It's TWOCPT because that's a lot of words right there.
Yeah, it is. I'm already like
cool about that.
Yeah, I was actually doing an acronym for the Battle Rhythm Podcast, but then I'm like, I don't think people are gonna be like the TBRP. And then there's somebody else like online right now that actually has TBRP. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'll just leave it as a Battle Rhythm Podcast. I think it's just it's pretty unique. So I'm a eunuch.
Yeah, on TikTok, I had to put a 3 on it. I had to put TWOCPT 3, but everything else I could acronym it. It was easier.
Yeah, it's
the word conscious. I think that everyone goes, "How do you spell that again?"
I didn't know how to spell it. I had to ask.
I wasn't going to name you, Grizz. I wasn't.
Hey, that's okay. I'll claim it. I was not good at spelling. Never was. Never have been.
Hooked on Phonics worked for you, didn't it?
No, that Washington Public School.
Hey now.
What? I'm just saying. I mean, you guys are laughing.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Can't be any better than me. I mean, I have a 5th grade education from Mexico, and then I have everything else from here. So it's like, oh shoot, I don't even know where I'm from here or from there. And it's funny because people are like, oh, I think I had this conversation with Grizz last time, or a couple weeks ago, regarding where I had to choose. Right? They're like, oh, you have to choose this because you're Hispanic and you're a minority. I was like,
we did.
I don't have to choose anything other than what fits for my life, what my norms and my values are. You can't just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people actually follow that, follow that thing. They don't want to think for themselves. And that's a lot of things that we are losing here in our society, that people don't want to think for themselves. They're being like, oh, I'm just, oh, who's the incumbent? Yeah, I'll just vote for that guy. So it's fine. They don't. Yeah.
But so, you been doing any more snake hunting?
Yeah, man. He goes out almost every night, but last night I didn't go out, but I went out the night before. We saw some natives, saw a lot of wildlife, saw a lot of deer, hawks, the wrong type of snakes, not the pythons. We saw turtles, barn owls, whippoorwills. We saw a lot. There was so much wildlife that night, just no pythons. So we didn't get to bag anything.
She hunts snakes with her husband, Caesar.
I gathered that. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Okay. Well, you did say, did you hunt I did pay attention to what you were saying.
Her Fisher and Hunterman, yeah.
And she did say that she was big gamer earlier too, so you know.
Well, not big gamer like video, no.
No, like
big game hunting.
Here we go.
No, hunting and fishing. I fly fish. I do archery. I haven't put an archery back since they took my breasts off. My husband's gonna get me a crossbow. Is I think what he's gonna do.
Oh, okay. You know who's a huge crossbow guy or bow and arrow? I think you'll never guess who it is.
Robin Hood?
No, actually, I'll just tell you. Bo Jackson.
Oh,
Bo Jackson is a. He's. Oh my
Like
god!
the
I've seen
football
some of the
player, Bo
videos.
Jackson?
Yeah, like the football player, basketball, football player / baseball player. Yeah, he is huge on crossbow or bow and arrow. He's almost like a professional dude. So it's so good. And he has like, I don't know where he lives, but they did a documentary on him, and he has the bullseye like for the deer and stuff like that. He shoots it and like dude bullseye every time. I was like, oh my god, this guy's ridiculous. I've learned as an adult that I was taught a lot of bad information as a kid. I think we all were. We all were taught different things. So
In our generation.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, shoot, like we pretty much taught ourselves to do anything. Oh, geez, look at that.
No.
that's the biggest one. That's
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's 16 foot.
Oh,
what?
That was 6. He caught that by himself. I only had to help him get it out of the truck.
So
Oh
here's
my
a
God.
question from Into the Weeds for you, MJ.
Yeah.
I just put it up there. Do you eat them?
Did you eat them or did you make boots out of them?
So I still have his hide here. I don't eat pythons. No, there are people who do eat them and they eat the eggs. I am not one of them. I never preferred the taste. I like rattlesnake. I'll eat rattlesnake. I do eat that.
Rattlesnake's good.
I do eat the rattlesnakes. I
Do
don't.
you eat balut too?
They just tend to be like barracuda. You don't eat barracuda because of the sickle. What is it called? Trichosec? What is it? Cicatera. Thank you.
Oh,
And-
salmonella.
No, it's a mercury because they eat everything, including metals and stuff. So
Yeah.
cicatera can get people sick, and so a lot of like even these pythons who eat a lot of different things would have that. So I tend not to eat that.
Hey, you listen to the Battle Rhythm podcast where today is Seinfeld Day. We're talking about nothing.
Talking about eating snakes.
Yeah, talking about these snakes at the moment. I mean, it was left field. It's gamey. It's gamey. But have you ever had balut though?
Have what?
Have you ever had balut?
Blue?
Balut.
I don't know what that is.
Neither
So
do I.
balut is a it's an egg,
I know what it is now.
but it has an actual embryo
You know.
in it. Yeah, a lot of Asian countries eat those, and then every
Yeah,
time I
they
see it, I
eat brains
was
too.
like, a little bit.
No, but I had Rocky Mountain oysters. Does that count?
I mean,
I did have those.
I mean, you just. I'm nope, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I was gonna, not gonna do it. All right, no, I get nope. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get on this TikTok train where the a guy. Yeah, but yeah, that thing.
My husband said that to me this morning. I go, "What the hell are you doing?" And then you
Oh my
just said it. Hawk two.
Oh
He
my
said,
God.
Hawk two.
I'm not gonna. There was another dude that said that's like, you see the hack tour guy? He's like, she does a hack tour. I ain't gonna talk to her.
He showed me that the first thing this morning. I'm like, "Why are you showing me this?"
Oh God. Somebody posted that. I was like, oh, she's perfect.
She's perfect.
Oh God, this show is gone. It's gone downhill.
No, it's gone great because it's Seinfeld.
We've lost
Talking about
viewers. We're getting canceled from MBR. I mean, geez, it is what it is.
You know it went downhill when Joel starts coming in to carry on with you.
You know, I've made fun of Joel, and he stopped coming.
Oh,
I did.
I don't think it's that, Caesar. I think he definitely might be on the busy side. Today is, in reality, it's like our busiest day of the week. We have I think we have a lot. At least I know in StreamYard 2, we have the most shows on Friday than we do other days of the week. So I'm working like you, then my show, and then there's a show later on tonight where like MJ shows Monday morning. She's the only one for StreamYard 2 on Monday morning.
That's right. Anybody wants to come on, I got all damn day.
Mondays is like right back to the work grind. So yeah, it sucks having 9 to 5 and then having to not do what you want to do. But hey, so I wanted to actually blast this out right now. I went out, and I used the MBR radio promo thing, and I said I went to an actual podcast studio that's here in town, and I said, hey, I am so and so from so and so, and I would love to do my show from here and have you guys get your name out there, A, and B, you'll be doing a huge favor to a 501c. So we are blah 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 blah, and they're like, oh really? He's like, how many followers you got? I was like, I'm in the 50s. 50K. I was like, no, I'm in the 50s. he's oh, so it's a little bit growing. I was like, yep, still growing, still a new show. I said it really started out as more of an informational podcast than what it grew into. And but yeah, it's called Split Window Studios. It's on Main Street in Denison, which is the next city over. But they have a really nice setup, and I was like, oh, that would actually be kind of cool because the studio is on a corner, and you can actually see into the studio. So when people are walking by into the area, it's cool. If you've never heard of Denison, Texas is where actually one of our presidents was actually born and raised, and there's a huge statue here. And who that is? That's Eisenhower. Dwight D. Eisenhower was born in Denison, Texas.
I didn't know that. Did you say Denison or venison?
That's what I thought he said was venison. I'm like, well, I eat it.
Yeah, same here.
Well, if you can't understand my English, my English, then it's your fault.
Oh boy,
Denison.
Okay, well, that's
son of Dennis. It's son
I
of
think
Dennis.
we're hungry.
Oh, that too. Yeah, all I've had is Dr. Pepper, and this segment's brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Oh, there you go. Hashtag that.
Yeah, I should. And also brought to you by Grunt Style T-shirts, which I always wear every week.
There you go. Hashtag that too.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm helping you self-promote. What are you gonna give
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
There you go.
What the French toast? Telling you.
Just keep putting anything in there.
Yeah, it's a show about nothing.
Hey,
Caesar, what's your show about? About nothing.
Well, yeah. We could talk about pens, and then we can get the right people on there. Hashtag right.
I got a story about something that has nothing to do with anything. So I'm gonna show you an oversized one, but I got a story. All right, so everybody knows what this is, right?
Paperclip?
It's an oversized paperclip, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really big
because you can't really see the little ones, right? So you guys ever seen the ones that there's several ones, right? There's ones that actually have ridges.
Yeah.
And there's some that
fancy.
I've never seen don't, right? All right, so I was selling high-end vehicles back in California back in the day, before I deployed. And my manager and I was talking at that point, and we were like, we're just, basically just shooting the breeze, but scuttlebutt talk or whatever. So we're sitting there, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah. And he pulls up a paper clip. He's like, oh, this reminds me. He's like, I had a customer one time that came up to me, and he's like, I took the vehicle, delivered it to his house, and this guy lived in Santa Barbara, California, which is somebody called it the rich corner of California, which is pretty much there is a lot of money there. And so he takes it to his house, and his house is overlooking a cliff, and he had a breakfast nook that actually had like glass window, like a glass floor, and so there was over the cliff, and there you can see the waves crashing on the bottom and everything. So, and he's like, he got kind of brave. He's like, hey, so I always make it a point not to ask where people make their money, but what the hell do you do? He's like, because he paid cash for the car, and he's like, well, I'll tell you a story. He pulls up the paperclip. He's like, you see anything different about these paperclip? He's like, it's a paperclip. He's all, feel it. So he feels the ridges. He's all, yeah. So there I was. He's all, I'm walking to class. I had just done a paper. It was like a 15-page paper. And I was walking to class, driving in. I tripped over, and it flew along with the paperclip. And it dawned on me right then and there that I needed to have the ridges on the paperclip for them to actually not to fly everywhere. So he says, he's like, yep, I haven't worked a day since. I was like, oh my God.
So he made paper clips with ridges on it, and that's
how he made his money.
You know,
and
I used to put
that
paper
dude
clips as a kid. So.
Huh?
Make the little jumping things out of paper clips as a kid in school. See you could get them to jump the highest and piss the teachers off.
That was a national pastime in fifth period.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this guy made his money off of that. Just one day, just dawned on him. He was like, "Oh, this is what it is." And just to be fair, we're talking about a Range Rover kind of vehicle. So that's talking like upwards of 80 plus, 80K, and he pays cash for it like that. Like, oh, okay, well that's nice. So yeah, it was one of those stories that has nothing to do with anything.
So cool. It is Friday and it's payday, and I gotta go sign checks.
Oh, hi.
I gotta go. But I love this. Thank you, Caesar, for inviting me.
Oh, thanks for coming in. It was awesome to get to know the rattlesnake over there. That's her name now. That's it.
Amber.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping in, MJ.
Hey, you're really welcome. I can't wait. Hopefully I'll be back and listening to Grizz. So I just got to go do some duties.
Oh, yeah. Duty.
Oh,
Yeah, she said duty.
I'm on duty, man. I'm on duty.
Dude, Dad's jokes are. It was like, hey, we lost viewers. Oh, my God. Why do we keep doing this? What's wrong with us? All right, see you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a
Thanks,
good one.
MJ.
Thank you.
All right. A show about nothing. It's awesome.
So. Show about nothing. Well, hey, is what it is. I mean, it's good fun times.
It is. It's fun times. So, but I'm going to make an announcement today. It's a huge announcement. It's huge. I am not going to be on next week. Unfortunately, I am taking a hiatus for a week. There is a so every month, you guys had a guest earlier on, a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. Billy Teague, right? So we do the Texoma Hero once a month.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to this Friday or next Friday is going to be the ceremony for Texoma Hero. So I have to attend this one. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I normally attend them, and then I missed the last one or the last couple ones, but I have to do this one.
Is that the one that we've been playing the World War II vet?
So he is a Texoma Hero. One of the cool things about that is that one of the sponsors for Texoma Hero is actually the Sherman Symphony Orchestra here in town, and they are their premier sponsor. So what they did is that they went back to, if you're a Texoma Hero, and this is going back 10 years, right? Because it's been a 10-year program every month. So if you think about it, it's 10 years worth of vets. What happens is that the symphony went all the way back and said, for any Texoma Hero that has been nominated, that has been awarded the award, they will have a lifetime pass to see any of the symphony's concerts.
That's amazing.
It is, dude. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. Because I love classical music as it is, you know what I mean? So it brings a different type of mindset, you know what I mean? It's soothing, it's relaxing, and it also makes us cultured, because there was a lot of really good music that came out during that time. So classical music.
Oh yeah.
So and also you take your kids, because you could take your immediate family and everything to the to the show, and they can actually watch it. So even if I'm not there, my wife can, she's also Text on My Hero, because it was a funny story. I nominated her. She didn't even know about it. And when I was nominated, because she nominated me and I nominated her, because Billy's like, your wife is a vet too, right? I'm like, yeah, she's a bigger badass than me. So like, she did a lot bigger things. And he's like, you want to nominate her? I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I nominate her. She's like, and I got her bio and everything, and that's what it was. And it was funny. She wasn't expecting it.
I just got nominated for Operation Healing Heroes on Discovery Channel.
What?
So I sure did.
Make sure that they interview me. I hate that guy. I totally hate that guy.
No, I got nominated for that. Whether or not I get picked, that's a different story.
Right,
but
so-
if I do, then I gotta fly to wherever they're at and go fishing with them and basically be interviewed about my lifetime experiences and being in the military.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
it's super interesting. It's a cool thing. It's a cool feeling to know that, people are seeing what we're doing and they're, throwing nominations out and stuff like that, especially going on a national TV show. I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta get my mind frame right for that one.
Oh yeah. You definitely can. You got to get a haircut too.
I don't have hair to cut.
Oh,
So
there you go.
yeah.
Your win. Yeah, win-win.
Yeah, win-win, both sides. You get it shaved and then I'm good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Win-win. Why is he looking like a little baby? Oh, he trimmed his beard.
No,
Oh,
I
man.
got more. Oh, I ain't trimming my beard. That ain't never gonna happen. I mean, hopefully I'll get it like ZZ Top beard going on here before too long.
Hey, don't you desecrate that man.
I ain't desecrate nobody. I'm just gonna
the
let my
little
beard
man
grow.
from Texas. There's a problem now. Yes. Just kidding. Manuel, I kid. No, it is what it is. All right. Well, hey, let's take a break. You're listening to the Battle Rhythm podcast here on Military Broadcast Radio, brought to you by the LT Defense Tactical.
As he approaches his 96th birthday, Jim Hahn still remembers intimate details about his time serving as a Marine in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, and he also remembers how it all started.
Mother wasn't going to sign. I told her, I said, if you don't sign this, I'll lie about my age. And she signed.
He was inspired to enlist when walking down the street at 16 years old. He tells K10 he saw some people messing with a Marine and his girlfriend.
They was doing anything they could try to make him mad. He told his girlfriend there to go down and wait for him at the red light at the end of the street there. He turned around and whipped all four of those guys.
A year later, he was off to San Diego for basic training. Hahn joined the occupation force in both China and Japan during World War II, which marks the only time in the history of Japan that it has been occupied by a foreign power. A bitter time these days, though. Gunnery Sergeant Hahn holds tight to the sweeter moments.
It's going into Japan, there, into town. I seen all these little kids running around there, and they looked like they was hungry and everything else. So I started in getting candy from our PX and taking it in there and giving it to the little kids. It got to where whenever I'd come inside the city limits, man, here come all these kids.
What he didn't realize at the time, candy would one day become his lifeline. In November of 1950, just a few months after the Korean War began, 8,000 fighters, mostly Marines, were trapped in the Chonjin Reservoir, surrounded by 120,000 Chinese soldiers. And you guessed it, Sergeant Hahn was one of those Marines.
If somebody told me this, I'd have thought of him as being a liar, because I did not think that it would get 90 degrees below zero. I seen guys just walking along, and all of a sudden I could stop walking, and they just did. They'd freeze to death while they was walking.
Freezing, barely hanging on to life. The Marines called for ammunition using their code word, Tootsie Roll.
I never will forget that. They got on the radio there and talking to them, said, send us some Tootsie Rolls. And they was talking about ammunition, a certain type of ammunition.
Well, the soldier on the other end of that radio took the message literally, and they dropped into the reservoir Tootsie Rolls.
Here's just 3 planes there coming out with these parachutes coming down there with Tootsie Rolls. It's supposed to be ammunition, but it's Tootsie Rolls. But if it hadn't been for them, a lot of us, including me, would probably starve to death.
Those little chocolate candies were the fuel that sustained the troops. All other provisions were frozen, so they survived on the chocolate.
It seemed impossible that they was there for any other reason than to save my life. I thank God many times for the fact that I lived through all of it, didn't lose any arms or legs or anything out of the way. I sat in this foxhole, and people all around me freezing, and some reason or other I didn't.
He says all he thought about was his next breath and how he would use it.
I don't know, I still think about it sometimes. I know that God saved me from it. Try to thank God 3 or 4 or 5 times a day about that.
Decades later, Sergeant Hahn literally holds on to that memory with a bucket of Tootsie Rolls made specifically for him with American flags after the company heard his story. Those Marines that made it out are now revered as the heroes of the Frozen Chosen. But this one calls Texoma home, and he chooses to spend his time right here in the Sherman VFW.
I feel like they're brothers. This, to me, is part of the military.
As this veteran reflects on a life of service most would never know, Hahn would do every second of it again. The few, the proud, the Marines.
It was such an honor to be able to sit down with Jim. And I just want to say right here on the record, thank you for your service. Not only a World War II veteran, a 3-war veteran. He decided to just keep going back. I know.
And you know, I had heard that, I knew that there was something involving Tootsie Rolls, but that was the first time I actually heard that full story, and that is so incredible.
And he's just walking around Texoma.
How
So
cool.
Amazing.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I'm Caesar. I'm joined by Big Grizz, whose show's coming up after mine at about what, 2 o'clock?
An hour after that. It starts at 1 o'clock my time. So
it's 3 o'clock my time. 3 o'clock Central. For those of you that are in the Central time zone.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are in the Eastern time zone, it's 4 o'clock.
It is. In Mountain time zone, it's 2 o'clock. And Pacific time is 1 o'clock.
Yeah. And if you're in military time, anyway.
13, 14, 15, and 1600.
Welcome to the show about nothing. Today is Seinfeld Day. I wanted to send out a shout out real quick to our TikTok viewers. I forwarded when I was, in the break. I started forwarding the show, the link, and one of my other rooms that I normally visit. My buddy Mechanical Mischief. That's his name on the TikTok.
Oh, okay. No, I've been there. He is. He's in here. And there's
I know.
other
I want to send a shout out to the dude because every time we're on the other guys, dude, we're always talking to one another on that live, and it's hilarious because some of that stuff that actually it's on Eric's podcast, Eric's live. The one that was last week from Patriot Real Estate Team.
Oh yeah.
That's where we met. So he's my buddy from a long time ago. For like going back to.
He said, "Thanks, bro."
Yeah. Oh,
And
you're
then
welcome, bro.
there's another gentleman called Rancho Man.
Yes, Rancho Man. Hey, thanks, buddy. He actually, he and I met on another live that I actually joined because there was a guy that actually, I'm trying to get him as a guest because he actually writes music. He's a Christian artist, but he also writes his own music and stuff like that. He used to be a worship leader. I'm trying to get him into the show. So we just haven't been able to coincide as to the time. So, but it won't be next week. I'll tell you that because I will not be on next week. Next week I will be off.
And then the week after that, I'll be gone. I'll be in Florida on a family vacation.
Florida? Are you going to D World?
Yes, I got to make sure there's not ears around me. And
you're going to the sappiest.
I'm not watching, so we're good.
Sappiest.
But yes, there will be one of the situations down there visited for the day with the kids.
Oh, okay. Do you still have a retired or a blue card? Not a blue card.
I do not. I was not retired from the military. I don't have a
medically
I just got a
retired.
VA card. Yep.
Oh, okay. Shoot. I was gonna say because you can actually go to Shades of Green and actually get the tickets for cheaper. Shades of Green is actually on site.
You still can be in VA, but you got to be over a certain percentage, and I'm over that. But it's a hassle to actually go through it. It's
an act of Congress.
Just easier to pretty much go to a base that's close and talk to them about it. So Michael Mischief on TikTok said the overrated place on earth.
You ain't lying, but hey, don't mess with Star Wars. We're not going to mess with Star Wars. Actually, I love every time we go there. We always make it a point to actually go to all of the Star Wars themed side. Right? It's freaking awesome. I love the Star Wars line.
No, we're definitely thinking about going to Typhoon Lagoon while we're down there. It's one of the parks, but it's a water park.
Yeah, there's 5 parks in one. That's the only one that we've never visited. And the one I would actually skip. For me, no, I love Epcot.
I was not a fan of Epcot.
Oh, I loved Epcot. It was awesome. I would skip Animal Kingdom.
We're not. We were debating on Magic Kingdom or the Typhoon Lagoon, and
I would. The 3 that we do are every time we go is the Magic Kingdom, and then Epcot, and then the studios, Hollywood Studios,
Universal Studios.
Not Universal Studios, Hollywood Studios in Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Have I told you my Star Wars dad joke yet?
Is it dark or light?
No, not at all. It's a dad joke. It's not dark.
You didn't see what I did there.
I did. It's not the dark side. It's not the.
God,
That's where I got it. No, but hey, why did Han Solo not like his steak?
It wasn't well done.
Because it was too chewy.
Welcome to the show about anything and nothing all at once. Again, this show's gone. It's just gone down the drain ever since everybody joined Notchfit.
Well, thanks.
I'm not putting a name, Caesar. God, you know what happens?
No names.
You're supposed to have a guest, and all of a sudden the guest cancels because you never booked them. That just sucks.
Well, but it's okay. That's the wonderful thing about MBR is we can put it in our group chats, and somebody that's free, they're willing to jump in. We've seen it today. 2 different other podcasts, Into the Weeds and the Conscious Positive Thinking. They both joined in to talk.
They sure did, and TikTok is actually pretty. It's pretty happening right now. So, and MJ actually she's still on watching on TikTok.
I seen that.
Yeah. And so it's I'm just gonna name these people. Some guy named Big Grizz.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Rancho Man. Hey, thanks for watching. I wonder if he has a ranch.
I don't know. Mechanical Mischief just said, so how long y'all been doing these casts for?
Well, we've been casting for about
36 years. I've been fishing.
Yeah. This show actually, my show has been on MBR for a couple of months now. I think I started in April. April, May. No, May. So yeah, May, month and a half. I actually was doing a podcast beforehand on my own, and then the manager from MBR actually saw my content and said, you would be perfect for nothing. I was like, well, that's great because I do nothing. So he watched my content. He's like, yeah, let's come up here, and then we'll get you started. And that's how I started. So been on MBR for about 2 months, and Grizz actually was a week or two before I started. He was on. So, but he's been doing this podcast he had a podcast before.
I got about 4 years total in mine. I started my podcast in 2021. So what, 3 years? And I started that
during COVID. I wonder why.
Honestly, it wasn't during COVID. It was when I had my strokes and I couldn't work anymore. And like I have told you before, my dad told me in the hospital after the weeks I lived there that something would come from me doing this with my voice. And so I started my podcast, and manager H, he seen my podcast and asked me to be on here.
That's like
So
me.
yeah, I got about 3 years total in my podcast and about 5-6 months on MBR right now.
Yeah. So as you know, we're not successful. So yeah, it is. It is what it is. And I mean not successful because we're not getting paid like millions of dollars. This is all volunteer. Just so you guys know, MBR is all about veterans and first responders. So it's a nonprofit organization. Everything that you see is either a self-bought or has been donated by MBR. And a lot of the times our manager, who's also basically the CEO, COO,
CEO.
marketing, you name it, he does it all. He does it a lot out of the goodness of his own heart, and he hardly he doesn't get monetary compensation for it. If he does, it's very little. So
yeah, none of
we
us.
live off of donations and sponsorships.
And that's the big thing. I mean, you guys listen, if you want to get on mbradio.us and donate anything you can or you want to MBR, it all goes to, if we get a vet that wants to have a show and they don't have all the necessary equipment to help, we would help them with that to get them up. But one thing a lot of people, you guys need to understand, is this is extremely therapeutical. Believe it or not, it's really helped me. I look forward to Fridays now because I get to talk to people and I get to learn and hear other stories.
This is his only social activity for the day. Just
yeah, whatever.
Just so you know, so it is very therapeutical, and it doesn't cost him anything, so he doesn't have to go into a therapist's office. So
well, there's that, and you know, you vets that are watching that understand. Big thing is just talking to other vets, and that's what this whole platform with MBR is giving veterans a voice. Whether or not you want to have a podcast, you just want to get on and talk to another vet.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Hey, there's some comments about Animal Kingdom has the best hamburgers I've ever had. The Yak and Yeti. Huh, I wonder what those hamburgers are actually made of. It's an Animal Kingdom.
Well, I mean, could that be like Simba? Mufasa? Hey, it's just a joke. Nobody take me personal. It's not a real thing. But I know. See, mine are all echoes. I gotta figure out how to download more presets and to find my voices.
This is God talking. Actually, mine has the echo on here, so all I do is just turn it down. See, it's dry now, and then there's this echoes. The echoes. God, we're gone nowhere. Wagyu hamburgers. Actually, Wagyu is so dang expensive.
Wagyu is, but man, does it have some awesome flavor.
Oh yeah. Dude, I want to take that and put it on a grill and be like, dude, I want to marinate it Mexican style. Lime, orange.
Hey, so you know, I told you I got a Blackstone. I cook everything on that now. We made hamburgers It was a slaughtered cow that my sister-in-law, was one of her cows, and she brought hamburgers over, so there's like no fat in it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that Blackstone gets like the perfect char on the hamburgers. It's insane how good it was, and the flavor that sticks in it. If you've cooked with a cast iron pan, you know that the flavor stays. That's all Blackstone is. But hey, we got another comment from Mechanical Mischief. He said, okay, on here can't hear Big Grizz, but on YouTube you can. Really?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well,
weird.
It's technical difficulties that we always have, and it's never the same.
Yeah, no, that is weird. I don't know why they wouldn't be able to hear me on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be the same. I mean, it's going through the same audio. So that's weird. Anyway, welcome to the show about nothing. Again, this is Seinfeld Day. And if you didn't know, today is Selfie Day. According to Facebook.
Yeah, no, I listen. They can't hear me on there, and I don't know why. Super weird.
That's weird. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, no one cares about you anyway.
I know. It's all good.
Yeah. This is not your show. This is my show. No, I'm sorry.
You're right. It is. But it seems like
Caesar, we're losing viewers because he's a jerk. Oh my God!
It's not even that. I mean, maybe we need to really think about putting both shows together, because I'm always in here talking to you.
I know.
So
yeah,
that would give us a 4-hour slot.
4-hour show. A 4-hour show. People be like, "Oh my God, no, psh, not anymore." Not that I'm doing that just because it was like, no, it's just like mind blowing. It was like, no. I can only take you guys one time, one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. Come on, name that tune. We can actually play that. Name that tune. It'd be awesome. Anyway,
I mean, I know this the song. I can't name the song though. I don't.
I just told you the name of it, the title of it.
No, you were singing. That was the title. Oh, whatever.
One piece at a time.
Okay, so that's the name of the song. I did not realize that.
And it didn't cost me a dime. It's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. I cook a lot of Mediterranean food because I'm allergic to beef and pork and milk. Well,
what's in Mediterranean food then?
All greens.
Is it? So it's
pretty much all greens and like olives and olives.
I don't like olives either.
I don't do olives or mushrooms. Sorry, nope. I hate the texture of mushrooms and I hate the taste of olives.
Raw mushrooms I can eat, but as soon as they're cooked, I can't eat them.
Nope.
It's so weird.
I will not. Nope. I draw the line. I draw the line.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I can't do it. Huh?
Or I walk the line. That's
I walk the line. Yeah, but I changed the words. See what I did there? I draw the line. So it is what it is. But this week we are joined by Big Grizz, like always, because I had a guest today and they canceled. Other things came up, and life happens. So today was going to be a show about nothing. So it is a show about nothing where we're talking about things, and it's chicken, lamb, and veggies day. So
that's funny. I actually got chicken out to cook tonight, but then I found out we're going to a car show tonight. So,
what kind of car show? Lowrider? Low rider.
I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what kind of car show it is or anything like that.
Hey, we were gonna have a car show this year at the VFW here I'm at, and we canceled it this year, so we're not gonna have anybody. But what we are gonna have is we are gonna have a golf tournament next year, May 3rd, 2025. So if anybody wants to come and play, and actually take a day, it's on a Saturday, take a weekend, come and visit DFW area. I am hosting a huge golf tournament that's going to be here for the BFW Post 2772. That is going to be held on May 3rd here on Stone Creek Golf Course, and it's going to be benefiting. We haven't really had the thing yet, but we are trying to get a new or repay our parking lot. Our parking lot has seen better days, so they were kind of trying to raise money for that. So,
So you guys, putting on a car show, you're trying to make it like classic cars.
So we did that. So
Imports or-
we've done that before. We actually had classic cars, and we actually also had like bikes, like bike and car show.
Okay.
So that would have been 51 Studebaker. Oh, here, put this up. That's a good one. So it was purple and really cool. Had no. I thought you said you still have. Just kidding. I'll put it up there.
So Wednesday we had with our church we do it's called Men's Sentinel, and once a month all the men in the church get together, and then the women do what's called Darnley Nights, and once a month all the women get together. So so it's not combined. You can focus on what men's role is, what women, whatever. So Wednesday we had a car show for Men's Sentinel where they had pickleball tournament, we had a cornhole tournament, we had honestly, from last year to this year, I think the car show doubled in the amount of cars that were there. So just this year, there was a 2024 Lambo there. That was cool to see. And then there was a, looked like a 2024 McLaren. That one was, I've never seen one up close and personal, up close like that.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. But the funniest of all of them, there was one of those Tesla Cybertrucks there. Have you seen those?
My God. Yeah, I've seen it.
Bro,
one of my buddies actually has one.
It looks like a Mad Max vehicle without the weapons on it. That's what it looks like.
I have stories about that because he loves his truck. He's like, I love it. He's like, I love it. His wife
I don't
doesn't
know how much of a
that's
truck that is, but
she's like, oh my God, we gotta ride this thing. She hates
I
riding
mean,
it. So I've seen all these pictures on TikTok. I've seen all these pictures on TikTok where they actually have like a bunch of them, where different things and stuff on the Cybertruck. There was one called they actually painted it like General Lee, right, from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Had the 01, and instead of saying General Lee, it said General E on top of the door. And then there was another one that actually looks like remember those Jeep Grand Wagoneers, the old ones that had the wood,
the wood paneling.
It was like that.
Dude, those are cool looking. There was an old, it had to have been like a 50s Rolls Royce or something that was there, and it was awesome. One of the ones that had like the 12-foot front end. And then your seats in the back, and the whole thing's just engine in front of the car. Something from it looked like the car from 101 Dalmatians.
Oh yeah.
Old what's her name? Cruella drove, even though that was a DeVille.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mechanical Mischief said, I'm assuming to that Cybertruck, he said, yes, they are ugly as sin, would only be cool with the weapons.
Here, it would be. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen because I have a picture of it.
Okay.
So share screen, slides, no. Video file, nope. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna share a window. I'm gonna share that one. Share this one. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. To fix it, go to System Preferences. Oh my gosh, seriously? No, I don't want to leave the site.
Wow.
Take me out. So I'm just going to present the whole thing. So you guys are going to see the backstage of it. So hang tight. So I'm going to share the entire screen. Can you guys see this? Can you see it?
Nope, not yet.
You can see it.
But I can't see it.
Oh, you'll see it in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So,
Why are you asking?
Nope. I lost. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it. I got to go back into my settings. Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so while he's working on that, let's play a song.
Yeah.
And we'll go to a quick break while he tries to figure out how to bring up this.
Yeah, because apparently I can't host a show today.
So
I can't host a show today. It just sucks.
Hey,
welcome to the show about nothing. You're listening to the Battle Rhythm podcast on Military Broadcast Radio, brought to you by LT Defense Tactical.
Be right back.
guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I love that song, dude. That's one of the songs that, like, to be honest with you, that song has replaced for me the Lee Greenwood song.
Oh, God Bless America?
Yeah, no, not God Bless America. And I'm proud to be an American,
where at least I know I'm free. Isn't that God Bless America?
No.
What's the name of that?
God Bless America.
Oh, hey, I guarantee you, no kids nowadays know that song.
No, okay. Well, my daughter does. Sorry, my daughter does.
Oh, I mean, you're a vet. Okay, so I mean, let's go.
Yep.
But I mean,
dude, we actually got a lot of like comments on TikTok. One of my other friends that actually, she's a friend.
Monet.
Yeah, Moni. It's actually short for Monica.
Okay.
She just wrote in and she actually gave us like one. I don't know how this whole thing like battle things work or whatever, but she gave us. She's now our top gifter, so she gave us a big heart.
So what she's doing, she's watching the live and for the MBR live. So this, whatever gifts come out on TikTok on MBR's live, you can consider that a donation to MBR because that's turning around and going right back into what we do to help vets and how we can help if it's a mic or if it's a sound mixer if they need or along those lines. So thank you, because your gift you just donated to MBR to help move forward with what we're trying to do.
And yep,
getting more
and she
veterans.
is a spouse of a veteran. To be honest with you,
Oh, that's
her
awesome.
husband. Her husband is Air Force, if I remember.
Okay.
correctly.
Okay.
My mind and my memory is kind of toast right now. So, but I'm pretty sure it is Air Force. So, but yeah, I met her. She's helping out a lot. So, yeah, 22 years. See, she just said that 22 years. So
22 years Air Force was her husband,
yeah,
right?
She's been in
Oh,
support
nice.
for 22 years.
Man, that's a long time. Good for
That's-
you for
that is
sticking by him.
exactly one of the hardest job of any military spouse is being a military spouse. So, shout out to them. So, thank you. Yeah, she said Chair Force.
Well, she definitely said Air Force. She did not say Chair Force.
I said Chair Force. What? Kill me. Yep, sure did. Sure did. That's where it goes.
Can you guys hear me now on TikTok? Did I fix it or no?
And
We'll see if she responds. I don't know if I fixed it or not.
No.
Yes, I fixed it.
Yeah,
She can hear
yeah,
me.
sweet.
So sorry, mechanical mischief that I think I had my side of the mic muted on TikTok and I didn't realize it, but now it's not.
Yeah. Yep. Real smart guy. Smart guy.
Well, hey, you can have a bad day too. I can have a bad day just
Dude,
as well.
Dude, it's been a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad year. Oh shit, just bad life. Oh my god. Just bad. It's not. It hasn't. I'm just saying. It's just when you have a bad day, you just feel like F my life. Like that type of thing. You're like, oh my god, what have I done? And it just makes you think about everything. And the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because it's still June, and June is still Men's Health Awareness Month.
Men's
And
mental health awareness.
that's what I just said.
Oh, you said men's health awareness. You forgot to put the mental in there.
Hey, it's health, right?
It's health, but I mean, I don't go to the gym, so I don't need to worry about my fitness. I mean, that's kind of how it sounded, right?
Hey, Tua, fitness. You're gonna fitness. Oh my god!
June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it has been for a very long time. And I've been told my opinion on stuff. A lot of people don't agree with my opinion, to include my middle daughter. Like blew up on me on my opinion on stuff. I'm like, whoa.
Well,
all right. Well,
is she a teenager?
She is, and I told
There
her.
you go. Right, enough said. Enough said. You are now the enemy, regardless of what you say. She was a teenager. You are the enemy.
Boy. And
Love
I
you.
said,
get off me. Oh my god.
And yeah, right. She's like, well, you can support both if you want. She's talking about Pride Month, and I'm like, no, I don't agree with it. Does not mean I don't support you and I don't love you. I don't support the choices, and I still love you. You're still my kid, and I still do what I can to help you. But I don't support it. Is what it is.
So,
I mean, you're not gonna change my mind.
Let me pose a question for you. And I
That's
live
good.
I live in a red state in Texas.
Yeah.
So there was an incident here. Well, what are you drinking? Is that a foo-foo drink?
It is definitely an iced mocha. It is not a foo-foo drink.
That is iced mocha is a foo-foo drink.
Well,
Did
see, down there in Texas, you guys don't have coffee stands like we have up here, do you?
Did it
You
have
guys
whipped cream?
No, we don't have whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's
foo-foo drink.
espresso with milk and
Well, stop
raspberry
expressing
flavoring.
yourself.
Okay, go back to your story because we just got sidetracked on coffee.
Squirrel.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. Monica says she drinks boba tea. That's a poo-poo drink. See, when you put the boba, you put. Oh my god, I'm not gonna say it. Nope,
See,
nope. not saying it.
I will. I can't. I don't like boba because I don't like sucking on balls coming up a straw. It is what it is. It gives me.
And this show has gone downhill. Really, like we're gonna get canceled at FCC. He said balls in his mouth.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Boy.
And this is Marca. This is what we do. Mechanical mischief. This is literally what we do. We don't do anything. Again, welcome to the Battle Rhythm Podcast, a show about nothing. Literally nothing.
what pops into our head definitely comes out in guy talk. Well, not necessarily.
No, we actually had MJ was actually on the show earlier, and she gave us a perspective about. She was actually talking about freaking snakes. She's a snake eater and a snake charmer.
She's a snake hunter.
The same. Hey, same.
You know how you were talking about like Spanish using CH for S's and stuff, and then you started talking. Yeah, when you're doing all that, and she jumped on. I really wanted to go shoot them, like swamp people.
Yeah. We're talking about especially when if you're Hispanic, like I said, like my mom would actually do that with my best friends. It's like, and I've noticed it, and people are like, "Oh, there it is. Your accent came out. God damn it!" It's like I tried so hard not for it to come out, and it's like as soon as I start drinking, it's like, share. I'm gonna share with you. Shit. You know.
Do you ever realize? Do you ever notice with yourself when you get in depth conversation or you're talking really fast? Do you have an accent? Does it come out?
It'll be. Yeah, it's random when it comes out.
It's random,
and
but
I won't even think about it. Like it comes out. You're like, there it is. God dang it. Well, yep. Because growing up, it was like, okay, I had to assimilate, right? I had to assimilate to the culture and everything. And this is one thing that a lot of people seem to tend to forget, especially when we go to different countries, right? If you're going and you're joining a different type of society, a different culture, you should probably assimilate to that culture, right? Because you're living in their land. You're coming in and do it to a different thing and everything. So you should be able to assimilate and should be able to adapt to whatever condition or whatever living condition you're coming into. And I think for us and I've lived it, trust me, I've lived it firsthand, where when we go to a different country, we tend to be entitled. Like we don't want to assimilate. Like we're like, oh, I speak English. You better speak English to me. We're like, you're in their country. You should probably learn at least like, hello, like, oh, bonjour. Like you're going to freaking France. They hate us. They speak English. They'll speak English. But you won't try to speak French at all. And they're like, nope, I can do it. If you even try, you should be, at least do that. Because if you're going to go to a different country, you should be able to at least communicate to her, like, hey, when I went to Middle East, hey, salam alaikum, alaikum salam, shukran, thank you, that type of thing. It was just simple things, and they appreciate you more because you even tried.
I can see I can see that where you're coming from, but on the flip side, why isn't it like that here?
Because we okay, let me answer that in my Mexican voice.
Okay.
Growing up, like you had to assimilate. I was able to adapt and things like that, but it's also the way that we are approached. Right? The way we are approached. Don't again, I think I told the story before when I was in boot camp, where there was a people, several of us that were actually speaking Spanish, and just a conversation between ourselves, and we were just having a good time talking about, tequila, what we would do when we were going to get out and have liberty or whatever. And there was a female she was a master in arms. She would come up and she's like, y'all need to speak Spanish or English, because that's how we speak here. This is the official language. Like Spanish is not. It's not authorized here. And I looked at her. I said, "Are you the president? Or are you the CEO of this division? Or are you what are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm Master Arms." I was like, "Well, there you go. That's it. That's stick to your lane. So you're not going to come into a private conversation and just tell us that we need to speak something." And I was like, if I'm going to address you, I'm going to address you how I need to address you. If I need to address you, right? I'm not going to go in there and just, start doing whatever. We weren't talking in front of her. We were like in a corner somewhere. We were talking about, amongst ourselves. So it was just a different conversation. But I think it is the way you approach, or people are approached on how to do it. So
the thing is you're saying when you go, because I've been to Honduras, Belize, and all of that. I've on a cruise and been all over the place. But you're saying respect wise, show respect by saying having some sort of words in that language to help. My question to you is, why is it not like that here? Where it's Bubba, you know as well as I do, it's not, and we have to know how it's not like that here. That's why, you know, when you call phones and you have like 8 different numbers to get different languages and this and that, it's not like that here. I agree with you respecting other countries and learning some sort of kind of communication between that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But why can't that be like that here?
Well, that's a question that we need to maybe pose for another show. But because I don't know. I honestly don't know. And you're right. I mean, there's a lot of different. If you're going to come here from a different country, you need to respect our laws. You need to respect our society and our culture, how it is, right? Nobody's saying that you can't live your own culture. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, not one bit, because I have my own culture too. You know what I mean? Like I still have a lot of different customs and different cultures that that we keep. But who said somebody say? I think earlier in the show somebody said something about Sharia law, right? I think it was Amber.
I don't. Was that today?
I think it was Amber. Yeah, I think they should talk about Sharia law. I think in Michigan, there's a huge population of Middle Eastern that actually started doing Sharia law, and they wanted to bring that into the U.S. where they're not going to adhere to the laws of the Michigan or the United States, but they're going to start bringing Sharia law. I don't think that's right. I think you need to, if you can what do you call it? Practice your own law in your home, but don't try to tell me how to live, in my society or my culture. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
don't force your beliefs on other people,
exactly.
especially when you're in a country that's not a part of this country.
And I think that's the rhetoric right now of where our country is, because it's being pushed by the political parties where you have to basically cancel everything and everybody has a voice. I get everybody has a voice, but there are reasons why there is a the First Amendment that tells us we have the right to gather and have the right to do everything we need to do it peacefully, do it right. So it is what it is. So that's where we're at.
It really is. And I don't know, who knows what's going to happen. It's all frustrating. And the more we dive into it, I mean, we could probably make an 8-hour show out of stuff like this, talking about our different beliefs. Because you're going to have different beliefs. I'm going to have different beliefs. But I don't know. Nowadays, it's just to the point where does it even seem like we should even be talking about this crap because of how many sensitive people are out there and feelings you can hurt and having. I mean, me personally, my era, I mean, I care about your feelings, but if you don't like what I have to say at that point, I don't care. I don't care anymore. You can walk away. I mean, I'm cool. I don't need to just sit there and try to explain myself to you. But I think that's our generation.
It is, and
we're old now.
Yeah, that's what my daughter said. It's like, Dad, you're old.
Dude, I get told that all the time. And then the kids are like, you're getting more gray hairs. I'm like, yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, you lost your hair. Oh, wait, no, that was your mom.
Yeah. My son, he's like, man, you're getting more gray hairs in your beard. And I said, yeah, it's caused by stress. And he goes, well, where's that come from? I said, you.
Yeah,
he just looked at me. I was like, well, I mean, come on now.
Mm-hmm. One of those things. And I'm not gonna lie to you, right now my eye is like really hurting. And I still got like a lot of work to do. So once I'm done with this, I gotta go back to work and finish what I need to do. And I just don't want to be here right now.
Well, we only got a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I know. So rapid fire questions, dude. It's time. So what we're gonna do, we are going to do some rapid fire questions, and are you ready for this? We're gonna do
No,
rapid fire
I got a really a bad situation that just happened. my stepkid's dad's here. He's remodeling the bathroom. He probably just close to probably sliced his finger off.
All right.
I need you to finish
I
this.
got
I gotta go
Yep.
because I gotta
Go take
get
care
him
of it.
taken care of. All right, bye.
Yep. Bye. All right. So there we go. We are going to finish the show. But thanks everybody for joining us today. Today was a show about nothing, and I make that clear because there was really nothing. Like I said, I had a guest that was supposed to be here today, and last minute canceled. They had other commitments that they needed to take care of the last minute, so that was cool. But thanks so much everybody for the shout outs. Amber, thanks for calling in. MJ, thanks for watching us today, and thanks for coming on earlier on the show. And everybody that's here, thanks so much for actually being here. So that's actually cool. You guys are making the show big and spreading out the news. So thank you so much for doing that for us. So I was going to do some rapid fire questions, so I'm not going to do that today because obviously I am the only one, so I'm not going to do it on myself. So that's all good. But I will tell you guys that I will not be on next week. I will be taking care of some other stuff next week, but I will be back the week after that. That should be fun. And in a couple of weeks, I will have hopefully I'll have the guests that I was planning on to have today. They'll be back next week. So hey, what's going on there, H? What's going on? You good there? Thanks for the shout out on Facebook. But we're here. So and you guys, all the likes and all the things that are coming from TikTok, thank you so much for that. That's awesome for our show and for the station because MBR really does run on a lot of it runs on a lot of your support and from everybody else. So thank you guys for it runs on your guys' support and shares and likes. So thank you guys for doing that for us. And like I said, we are Military Broadcast Radio is a station that gives us gives veterans a voice, and it allows us to like Chris said, to be a therapeutic type of thing for us. I do it because I do enjoy it. At one point I really wanted to be a radio DJ, and that didn't pan out real quick. So now that I have this medium, this platform, I'm able to do it. So thanks so much for joining that. So you guys are awesome. So with that said, I am going to be signing off for today. You guys make sure that you watch the Big Grizz show that's coming up at what time did he say? I think he said like 4 o'clock, an hour later. So it's going to be 3 o'clock Central. So 1 o'clock Pacific, wherever you're at. So it's going to be on Military Broadcast Radio, and it was brought to you by LT Defense. And you know what, guys? Thanks so much for watching this week. I will not be here next week, but I will be back the week after that. And with that said, I am going to be signing off and letting you guys know how much I appreciate you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this week. The show about nothing. Again, the Battle Rhythm Podcast, a show about nothing. And we will see you guys in the next one. So you guys take care. If you guys need anything, make sure you do call somebody. Like I said, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So if you need to talk to somebody, you can always call the studio. The phone is there, and you can also call the Veterans Crisis Line. And just make sure you guys do. You guys do reach out if you do need some help, because it does make a difference. So it makes a difference not only in your life, but also makes a difference in the lives of those people that are with you. So you guys, again, this season with the Military Broadcast Radio, the Battle Rhythm Podcast, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. You guys stay tuned.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. use this QR code that's attached to the picture, or you can go to our website at mbradio.us. That's Mike Bravo Radio.us to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer even just an hour a week from your home. Help make a difference in the lives of our veterans, because once again, we're all here for you and not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.